Namaskar, Namaste, Sadnam, Ahom Takurasinosyam, Mechikasyam. Blessings and welcome to everyone wherever you are connecting to this class, whether you're here in the Zoom or you're connecting on YouTube or you catch this as a recording. Thank you so much for your practice. This week I've been going through all of the elements with our practices, and today we're going to combine all of the elements, the major 5 elements of the earth, the air, the fire, and the water, through a mixed Hatha Vinyasa flow with a couple of Kundalini exercises thrown in there for some extra alignment and energy. So to begin, we'll start by connecting to the earth and connecting to our breath. So take a deep breath in, find a comfortable seat, whether you're in Sukhasana, easy pose, or if you feel like preparing yourself for a half lotus or a lotus pose, whatever works for you. And find your seat. Find your spine growing tall, your crown of your head towards the sky, shoulders away from your ears. Take a deep breath in and connect to the belly as you breathe. Inhale, filling the belly button goes out. And as you exhale, the belly goes in towards your spine, squeezing out any toxins, any waste. Take a few breaths in through the nose, imagining and envisioning light flowing in through your nostrils. And as you exhale, see anything stuck energy, any old energy, a smoky, sludgy release of waste with a ha breath. And we'll do 4 more of those together. Inhale. And closing the mouth and breathing through the nostrils, perhaps creating an Ujjayi Pranayama, victorious breath or ocean breath, with a slight constriction in the back of the throat as you breathe slow, deep, even belly-filling breaths. We're going to do a grounding meditation using visualization. So as you breathe, with your hands down on your knees moving towards the earth, and you're sitting on your sit bones and you're growing tall through your spine, I invite you to imagine, envision, or sense yourself sitting within a great tree. You're sitting in this tree and you are part of this tree, and you're growing your roots down into the earth just like this tree, to drink the energy of the waters of life, all of the nourishment of the earth up through your body, up and out through your spine, and up and out the top of your head, opening your crown chakra to receive the light of the sun, the fires of the universe. Take a few breaths just seeing this energy of grounding yourself into the earth, grounded, stable, and strong, and inviting the light of your higher self and your higher power down through the top of your head, connecting divine feminine and divine masculine, connecting light and dark, and creating balance as you breathe, grounding in. And pressing a little bit of pressure with the hands into the knees. We're going to inhale the chest forward towards the ground, and exhale the spine back towards the long edge or back edge of your mat. Rolling through some Sufi grinds, inhaling forward, exhaling, leaning back, opening hips and opening the spine and the side body, connecting breath to movement. And on your next breath in, coming back to center, And switch directions of your movement, inhaling to the opposite side with the circle of your body. Circulating the energy up the spine and awakening the body. Inhale, coming into center, into stillness. And as you exhale, finding a tall spine, inhale next to your shoulders up to your ears. Roll them back and down along your spine. Twice more, inhale your shoulders up to your ears. Exhale, roll them back and down along your spine. One more, inhale, shoulders up. Exhale, roll them back and down. Inhale your arms up above head, palms parallel to each other, arms tucking close to the ears. Inhale. Exhale, bring your right hand down behind your hip and your left hand onto the top of your right knee. We'll make sure the shoulders are away from the ears and the chest is lifted as you twist over towards the right side, looking over your right shoulder. Inhale, growing longer. Exhale, twisting a little deeper. And feel your breath flowing here, connecting you to the earth. Inhale, growing into that length. Exhale, tuck your belly button into your spine, and on your next inhale, slowly come out of your twist. Bring the hands to the knees for a moment. Inhale, shoulders up. Exhale, roll them back and down. Inhale, the arms up. Exhale, bring that left hand down behind the left hip, right hand onto the top of the left knee, and press that left knee down a bit. Press the left hand behind you, roll your shoulders away from your ears, and on your next inhale, look over your left shoulder. Breathing here, feeling your breath flowing through the kidneys and the digestive system, connecting to the fires of the body. On your next inhale, grow a little bit longer through the spine. Exhale, tuck your belly button in towards your spine, and on your next inhale, come back to center. Placing your hands face down on your knees. One more time, inhale the shoulders up to your ears. Exhale, roll them back and down. Place your hands in front of your shins. If you're facing the long edge of your mat, face the short edge of your mat. Facing the front of your mat, you can come down onto your knees, placing your hands beneath your shoulders, tucking your toes behind you, your hips above the knees, coming into a tabletop position. Inhale, lifting your chest, looking up, sending the hips up, dropping the belly, coming into cow pose. Exhale, tucking the tailbone under, sending the spine up behind you, looking between the knees, pressing away from the earth. Inhale, coming back forward, opening the chest, gaze up, hips up, belly drops. And starting to create a rhythm here. Exhale, tucking in, looking through the knees, sending the spine up high behind. Moving with your breath. We'll do 5 more. Inhale, coming to a neutral spine in tabletop. Tuck your toes, tilt the pelvis up slightly, press into the hands, send your hips up and back, pressing into the feet, pressing into the fingertips, the knuckles and heels of the hands. Send your hips up and back for downward facing dog. Pedal out your feet here a little bit to stretch the backs of the legs. And taking a deep breath into stillness in your downward facing dog. Exhale, start to walk your feet one little step at a time, really connecting to the earth as you move. Walking your feet towards your hands, making your way into a standing forward fold, Uttanasana, folding over the legs, and relaxing here. Take a deep breath in, and a big sigh as you relax the head and neck completely. And feel free to clasp either elbow in your hands, giving some weight with the arms, lengthening the spine. Bend the knees a fair bit in this first fold to give the legs some time to warm up. Breathe in here, 5 deep breaths. Inhale. Exhale, release your hands down in front of your feet. Inhale, halfway lift onto fingertips or hands on shins or thighs, straight spine. Exhale, plant your hands in front of your toes. Step your feet back in one long line, bringing the feet parallel, heels lifted, coming into a plank pose. Aligning crown of the head to shoulders to hips. Inhale in your plank. Exhale, send your hips up and back for downward facing dog. Inhale into your downward facing dog. Exhale, bring your big toes together. Send your knees wide down to the edges of your mat. Bring your seat to meet your heels. Point your toes behind. Stretch the arms forward. Connecting again to the earth element from root chakra to crown. Bring your forehead to your mat. Breathe here, 5 breaths. Find a deep inhale. Exhale, pressing into your fingertips and into the palms. Lift your chest. Pull yourself forward into a tabletop position. Bring the knees parallel. Tuck the toes. Press into the hands. Send the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Inhale here. Exhale, come forward into a plank pose. Inhale in your plank pose. Exhale, this time tucking your elbows into your ribs, floating the shoulders above the hands, and chaturanga down towards the ground as best as you can. Point your toes behind you, lift your palms, lift your chest, lift your gaze. Low cobra pose. Making sure the shoulders are away from the ears. Inhale here. Exhale, plant the hands, tuck the toes, push the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale in your downward dog. Exhale, bring your knees down to your mat. Come to sit on your heels, keeping the toes tucked, getting a little bit of a toe stretch. And we're going to take a moment here to learn a pranayama exercise, breath of fire. If you're not familiar with breath of fire, it's similar to panting like a dog. So if you haven't done it before, you can try this with me now. Stick your tongue out and breathe with ha, 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 ha. And feel how when you do that, your belly button goes in and up as you breathe, ha, 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 panting like a dog. So what we get familiar with, when we get familiar with that rhythm, you'll then close your mouth and breathe through the nose, allowing the exhale to pump the belly and the inhale comes in naturally. And that's breath of fire. We're going to apply breath of fire to some of our postures. Find a deep breath in now. Exhale, come back forward onto your hands and knees. Flatten out your feet, tap your toes behind you. Just getting the blood flowing to the tips of the toes again. And then re-tuck your feet. Send your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, downward dog. Exhale, come forward, plank pose. Here's where we'll bring our breath of fire in for the first time. pumping the belly with your breath, 10 pumps. Inhale, exhale, chaturanga down to the mat. Point your toes behind, inhale, low cobra. Exhale, flattening out. Press the hands into the mat, tuck your toes, push your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Lengthening the arms, pressing the chest towards the thighs, look between the toes. Inhale, big sigh. Inhale, your right leg up behind you. Exhale, bring that foot in between your hands. Lower your back knee down, finding a low lunge position. Hips are square to the front of your mat. Inhale, your arms up, palms parallel to each other, and breath of fire, 10 pumps. Inhale, bring the palms together, thumbs together, gaze towards your thumbs, lean back slightly. Exhale, plant the hands on either side of your front foot, straighten out that back leg, step back, plank pose. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga down. Inhale, your back bend. Exhale, up and back, downward facing dog. Deep breath in your downward dog. Big sigh. Starting to gather the fire in the body. Consider something you want to let go of. Frustration, fear, blockages in your life, and start to burn them away with your movements now. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, bring that foot in between your hands. Lower your back knee down. Finding your low lunge position, squaring the hips to the front of your mat. Inhale, arms up. Big sigh. Inhale here. Exhale, half the air out. Begin breath of fire. Inhale, bringing the palms together, thumbs together, look to the thumbs, lean back, open heart. Exhale, float the hands back down to your mat. Straighten that back leg, step the feet back parallel to each other, aligning hips to shoulders to crown of head. Inhale here in plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga down to your mat. Inhale, your back bend of choice, low cobra, cobra, or if you're ready, upward facing dog. Exhale, up and back. Tucking your toes, sending your hips up and back. Straightening out those legs, pressing the chest towards the thighs. 5 breaths, downward dog. Relax head and neck, look between the toes. Deep breath in. Exhale, walk your feet, one little step at a time towards your hands. And come forward, Uttanasana, forward fold. Tucking your belly button into your spine, we're gonna inhale, halfway lift, but reach the arms in front of you, supporting the body with the core. Now from here, with your next inhale, you're gonna send your seat down partway towards your heels. Bend the knees, bring the knees together if you need to, coming into Utkatasana, chair pose, straightening out the spine, chest forward, gaze forward, arms up. Inhale. Exhale, rise up to stand, bring the palms together above head. Inhale here. Exhale, thumbs come to your heart center. Deep breath in. Exhale, bring your arms out to your sides, finding Tadasana, mountain pose. Spreading your toes wide, palms face forward at the sides of your body. Feet are beneath the hips, slight bend in the knees, tuck your tailbone forward, shoulders away from the ears, and engage the core, chin parallel to the floor. Inhale, arms up, lean back, look towards the thumbs, open the heart. Exhale, press the arms out to your side, swan dive forward, flat back. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, tuck your toes, send your feet back behind you, finding your plank pose. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga down to your mat. Come all the way down onto your belly, point your toes behind. Bring the hands beneath the shoulders so the wrists align with the shoulders, fingers pointing forward. Press into the arms, straighten out the arms, lift the chest, gaze forward, coming into a cobra pose, Bhujangasana. 5 breaths. Inhale. Exhale, slowly flatten out, laying back down onto your mat. Bring your forehead to your mat, reach your arms forward, stretch out the body long. Deep inhale. Exhale, bring the hands beneath the shoulders, tuck your toes, push your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, downward facing dog. Exhale, come down onto your knees, flatten out the feet this time, sit down on your knees. And we're going to bring in a little bit of Kundalini yoga to raise the energy from the lower 3 chakras up through the solar plexus as we start to move from the fire into the air. So we're going to bring the hands together into a temple mudra or Kali mudra, bringing the 3 fingers to wrap, the index fingers to point forward, and then crossing right over left or left over right with the thumbs, depending on if you feel like you're balancing your masculine side of energy or balancing your feminine side of energy today. And finding that temple mudra or that Kali mudra, and you'll sit on the heels if it's okay for your knees. You're welcome to practice this in Sukhasana as well. Inhale the arms up so that the biceps are hugging the ears, but the shoulders are away from the ears. The arms are straight, and you're going to imagine yourself cutting away something old in your life that you no longer need. We'll inhale the arms up on the word Sat, which means truth, and you'll exhale the arms down on the word Nam, which means name. Truth is my name. And you're cutting away the cords to the past, to all limitations. Inhale, arms up, Sat, Nam, 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 Sat, Nam. Inhale the arms up. Big breath out. Inhale here. Exhale, spread the arms out to your sides, coming out to the sides, surrounding your aura, your energy field in light. Take a deep breath in and a big breath out. And we're going to connect to the air element now, creating a circular mouth and breathing in through that circle and out through that circle, working with the breath of the wind. So you'll breathe in through a circular mouth, almost like you're going to whistle, but not quite as tight. And out through that same space, working to connect to the sound of the wind. Bringing some cooling into the body. So remembering that breath of the wind, which will integrate into some of our next postures. You can bring yourself to face the front edge of your mat again and place the hands in front of your knees. Tuck your toes, hips beneath the knees, hands beneath the shoulders, finding tabletop again. Inhale, tucking your toes, pressing into the feet, send your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg up behind you. Exhale, bring that foot in between your hands. Keep that back foot, heel lifted, leg strong and straight, and raise yourself up for a high lunge position. That right knee floating over the right heel, never cast the toes. Arms can come up on your next inhale. Breathing here, high lunge. And as we move a lot of fire in the body, sometimes it helps to balance with some cooling. So we'll do 5 breath of the wind here, breathing in through a circular mouth, out through a circular mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, floating the hands down on either side of that right foot. Step the right foot to meet the left, finding plank pose. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga, halfway to the ground. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, up and back, downward facing dog. Starting to connect more to the air element, letting yourself float through your practice. Inhale, float that left leg up. Exhale, let it flow to the front. Bringing that left foot in between the hands, keep that right heel lifted and that leg straight and strong. Hips square to the front of your mat. Inhale, rise. Big breath out. And feeling that fire in the legs, cooling the body with breath of the wind. Inhale through circular mouth, out through circular mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, float those hands down. Step that left foot to meet the right. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga down. Float halfway, 3 breaths. Inhale, push yourself back up to plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathing here in your downward dog, 5 breaths. Inhale. Exhale, come forward into your plank pose. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga down to your mat, all the way onto your belly. Point your toes behind. Inhale, bring your elbows beneath your shoulders. Lifting the chest, lifting the chin and head. Elbows beneath the shoulders, forearms parallel. Pelvis touching the ground, thighs touching the ground, tops of feet pressing in. Finding a sphinx posture. Breathing into the heart, really focusing on the lungs for 10 breaths here. Deep breath in, big sigh. Inhale here. Exhale, bring the hands beneath the shoulders, tuck your toes, push your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, float your right leg up. Exhale, bring that foot in between your hands. Lower your back foot down at a 45-degree angle and the feet at hips width distance, one of your legs lengths behind you, squaring your hips to your front of your mat. Bringing the arms up on your next inhale, finding a warrior one position. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, fold halfway, float the arms to your sides. Inhale, rise back up with the chest. Exhale, halfway, float arms to your sides. 3 more, inhale, rise up. Exhale, float forward. Inhale up straight, deep breath in, big sigh. Inhale, straighten out your front leg, Exhale, fold over that front leg into Parsvottanasana, pyramid pose. Breathing here. Inhale onto your fingertips, halfway lift. Exhale, bend that right foot, pivot your back foot, plant the palms. Step your right foot back to meet the left in plank pose. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga, slowly down. Inhale, your back bend of choice. Exhale, up and back, downward facing dog. Moving to the other side, inhale, float that left leg up. Exhale, bring that foot in between your hands. And lower that back foot down, hips width distance, 45-degree angle with the back foot. Straight and strong through that back edge of your foot and the front knee bent. Inhale, the arms up, hips square. Warrior one. Deep breath in. Big sigh. And breathing here, inhale, opening the heart. Exhale, float forward halfway, arms around your sides. Inhale, rise up with the chest. Exhale, float halfway forward. 3 more, inhale. And last time, inhale, rise up with the arms. Finding your warrior one for a moment. Big breath in, big breath out. Inhale, straighten that front leg. Exhale, fold forward, pyramid pose, Parsvottanasana. Breathing here. Inhale, halfway lift onto your fingertips, straight back. Exhale, bend that front knee, pivot your back foot straight to lift the heel, press the palms into your mat, step that left foot back, meeting in plank. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga, down to your mat. Inhale, your back bend of choice. Exhale, up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale in your downward dog. Exhale, lower your knees down to your mat. Bring your feet together, bring your arms to your sides. Coming into a Garbhasana, embryo pose, forehead to your mat. Connecting here to the back of the heart and being held by the womb of the mother as you breathe with the air flowing through you. Inhale. Exhale, bring your arms back out in front of you, planting your palms. Inhale, lift the chest. Come up onto hands and knees, tuck your toes. Send your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, downward dog. Big breath out. Inhale, float your right leg up. Exhale, bring that foot to the outside of your right hand. Inhale, float the left leg up. Exhale, bring that foot to the outside of your left hand, setting up for a Malasana or squat pose. Bring your elbows in to meet the knees, palms in prayer at heart center, chest lifting, seat moving down towards the ground, finding Malasana. So we're gonna play here with crow pose. So you can bring your palms down, lift your hips up higher, and step the feet in closer. You're gonna bring your knees just above the elbows, bend the elbows, look forward, rock yourself forward. If you're not ready to come up all the way into your crow, you can rock back and forth, feeling your center of gravity. If you feel like you wanna try it, bring your knees, tuck them in towards the armpits, lift one foot and then the other, bringing the toes to touch, coming into your crow pose. Deep breath in. Exhale, bring the feet back to your mat. And we'll try that a couple more times. So lifting the knees, lifting the hips. Bring those knees in towards the armpits. Press into the palms, fingers spread. Lift your toes to touch. Crow pose. Inhale. Exhale, coming back down onto your feet. Sliding your feet out to the edge of your mat. And elbows in to meet your knees. Straighten out the spine, finding your malasana. Inhale here. Exhale, plant your hands down in front of you. Send your hips up and back. Bring your feet parallel to the long edges of your mat. Fold over your legs. Wide-legged standing forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands beneath the shoulders. Step your feet back to meet in plank. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga down. Inhale, your back bend. Exhale, up and back, downward facing dog. Deep breath here. Big sigh. Inhale. Exhale, walk, step, or hop your way forward to meet your hands. Straighten the legs, fold over the legs. Uttanasana, standing forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, hands on fingertips or on shins. Exhale, fold. Tuck your belly button into your spine. Inhale, reach the arms out to your sides. Reverse swan dive, float up to stand. Palms come together above head. Exhale, thumbs to your heart center. Deep breath in. Exhale, release the palms down to your sides. Tadasana, mountain pose. Toes spread wide, feet planted, hips width distance and parallel to each other. Slight bend in the knees, tailbone tucked forward, belly button tucked in, shoulders away from the ears, chin parallel to the floor, crown rising. Breathing here. And we'll do 10 of those breath of the wind as we close our air section or move towards the last bit of the air section. Breathing in through a circular mouth, out through a circular mouth. Deep breath in, through the nose, big sigh, and you can close the mouth and breathe through the nose. And we'll prepare for an eagle posture to honor the elements of the air and the bird spirits. So you'll start by spreading your left toes wide and creating a slight bend in that knee. Tuck your belly button in, inhale here. Exhale, lift your right knee towards your chest. Bend deeper in the left knee, inhale here. Exhale, cross that right thigh over top of your left thigh. If you can, wrap the toes around the back of the left calf or ankle. If you need to, bend a little deeper and bring that right toe to your mat to keep your balance. Finding this Garudasana, inhale the arms out to a T. Exhale, cross your left arm underneath your right arm, bringing the elbows into each other. And then wrap your forearms around to bring the palms to meet. Lift the elbows in line with the chest. Sink in a bit deeper if you can. Find this eagle posture here. And if you have it within you at this time, deep breath in. Exhale, dive forward, folding over that right thigh. Deep breath. Big sigh. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, release the arms, release that right leg. Step the feet wide, arms up at about a 60-degree angle, point the toes at a 45-degree angle, coming into a star pose. Inhale here. Exhale, point your toes out opposite directions, bend the knees, bring your elbows in line with your shoulders, cactus arms, goddess pose. Inhale, straighten out the legs, lift the palms together above head. Exhale, palms come to your heart center. Bring your feet parallel, fold forward, hinging at the hips. Straight spine, release your hands down to your ankles. Folding over the legs. Prasarita Parantottasana, wide-legged standing forward fold. Breathing here. Inhale. Exhale, tuck your belly button into your spine. Inhale the arms out to your sides. Exhale, rising up to stand. Inhale, palms come together above head. Exhale, bring them to your heart center. Heel toe your feet in to meet or hop the feet together, parallel beneath the hips. Shifting the weight now as you inhale. Exhale, release the palms to your sides. Spread your right toes wide and create a slight bend in that right knee. Inhale here. Exhale, bring the left knee towards your chest, towards the center of the body in the midline. Bend that right knee a little deeper. Inhale. Exhale, cross your left thigh over your right, hugging the thighs. And if you can, tuck those left toes behind the left calf. If not, they can float on the side of the shin, or you can lower the left big toe down to the mat. Finding what works for you. And inhale the arms out. Exhale, bring your right arm into the left elbow and cross the forearms until your palms can meet. And lift the elbows in front of the chest. Inhale here, straight spine. Sink into the knees a little bit if you can. Inhale, and if you did it on the other side, exhale, fold forward over that left thigh now. Great job. Inhale, rising back up, straight spine. Exhale, release the arms out to a 60-degree angle. Step the feet wide, point the toes, 45-degree angle, star pose. Inhale here. Exhale, point the toes opposite directions, facing front and back of the mat, elbows in line with the shoulders, cactus arms, goddess pose, sink into the hips. Inhale, big breath out. Inhale, straighten out the legs. Palms come together above head. Exhale, feet come parallel, reach forward, forward folding. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bring your hands to your ankles. Folding forward and taking 10 of those breaths of the wind as we start to move into the water. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, tuck your belly button into your spine. Inhale, rise all the way up to standing. Palms come together above head. Bring the palms to center in your heart. Heel toe your feet back together or hop the feet back parallel beneath the hips. And find your Tadasana, releasing the arms to your sides. So next, facing the front of your mat, we'll learn our next breath, which is breath of the waters or breath of the oceans. And this is an inhale through the nose, and then a whoosh sound with the mouth, as if you're shushing, but for a long time, and with a little bit of a W, like wash without an A. And we're gonna move like waves. So bend your knees a fair bit and let the body be a little bit loose. Inhale the arms up, palms facing forward, lean back. Exhale, fold forward. Relax the hands down onto your mat and wiggle out your spine, shake out your head, let the elbows bend, become like jelly, become like water. Feel the water flowing in your body. Inhale slowly, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step the feet back, coming into a plank pose. Inhale, plank. Exhale, bend the knees, send your seat to meet your heels. Inhale here. Exhale, pull your chest forward, move like a wave along your mat, chaturanga. Inhale your back bend. Exhale, up and back, downward facing dog. We'll do that 3 more times. Inhale. Exhale, bend your knees towards your heels, and then pull your chest forward along the mat, chaturanga. Inhale your back bend. Exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, bring the seat towards the heels. Lower the chest towards your mat, bend the elbows, pull the chest forward, chaturanga. Inhale your back bend. Exhale, downward dog. Deep breath here. Breathe out with a wave. 2 more. And last one. Inhale. Exhale, knees towards your knees towards the mat, seat towards the heels, pull your chest forward along your mat, chaturanga. Inhale your back bend. Exhale, up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale here, big breath out, deep breath in. Exhale, bring your big toes together, lower your knees wide to the edges of your mat. Send your seat back to meet your heels, lower your chest and forehead, child's pose. And breathe here with that breath of the waves, breath of the ocean, inhaling through the nose and out with a whoosh. Inhale here. Exhale, press into the hands. Pull your chest forward to bring the shoulders in line with the wrists. Tuck your toes, knees beneath your hips, finding a tabletop. Inhale slowly. Open the chest, gaze forward, cow pose. Exhale, opposite direction. Tuck the tailbone, look between the knees, send the spine up high, cat. And flow through these here, 4 more. Inhale, tabletop position, flat back. Exhale, bring your seat towards your heels, but swing your legs out to bring your legs out in front of you. Pull the flesh of your seat out from underneath you so that you're sitting on your sit bones. And flex your feet to point the toes towards your forehead. Straighten out your spine. Plant your hands just in front of the hips, finding Dandasana or staff pose. And we're gonna move like a wave here while we bow to ourselves, honoring ourselves. So you'll inhale your arms up, and then you'll exhale, fold with that breath of the waters. We'll do 11 of those here. Inhale, rise up, lean back. Exhale, fold forward. Imagine yourself playing with the ocean waves, as if you could move exactly with their timing. Two more. Inhale, open heart. Pull the water in. Exhale, send the water out. And on this last one, let your hands fall wherever they do. Let your feet relax. Maybe you feel most comfortable halfway up. Maybe you're good to lower down onto your elbows. Maybe you can stretch the arms forward and bring your forehead towards your knees. Go with what feels right, letting the feet relax though, and not pulling on anything, as we'll work with the yin posture of caterpillar pose. So we're allowing gravity to stretch us open, and we'll be here for 2 full minutes and a little bit longer to make our way out. So let your head and neck relax. If this feels too intense along the backs of the legs, you can come up on the palms a little bit, bend the elbows, straighten out the spine, and then tuck the chin to the chest and breathe there. Or feel free to bring a cushion or a stack of blocks or a pillow or some blankets between your thighs and your chest. And allowing yourself to soften into this caterpillar pose. Once we're in the pose, we'll start our 2 minutes here. And as you breathe, each inhale maybe gives you a bit more length, and each exhale allows you to soften in a little deeper. So maybe take a breath in, lengthen a bit more, and then see if you can sink in a little farther as the fascia opens. Taking a deep inhale and a big sigh. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, put a little pressure in your palms and start to slowly walk your palms back one little tiny step at a time to very slowly start to straighten out the spine again. Walking yourself back up into your Dandasana pose. Coming up with a straight spine, rolling the shoulders away from your ears, tucking your belly button in, point your toes towards your forehead, Dandasana, 3 breaths. Inhale here. Exhale, bring the soles of your feet together, keeping the feet out fairly far away from the pelvic floor. And recheck that the flesh of your seat, your glutes, are pulled out from underneath so that you're on your sits bones. And bring your hands to your ankles, coming into Baddha Konasana, bound ankle, or butterfly pose, embodying the symbol of transformation that is the metamorphosis of the butterfly after coming out of our caterpillar pose. So taking a deep breath in here. And as you exhale, fold yourself forward however far you can. Maybe you come onto your elbows and you can even rest your head in your hands. Or maybe you have enough room to stack your hands on top of your heels and place your forehead there. Or it's enough for you to stay half up with the arms straight and then straighten out the spine. Relax the elbows on the knees and relax the head down. Find what works for you, because we'll be here again for 2 full minutes once we're set into our postures. So find your way about 70% of your full stretch. And relax in. Focus on the transformation of the alchemy of the elements. What do you need to transform in your life right now? How can you be grounded, determined and fiery, full of life and life force, flowing through all things, and connecting to your highest self? Finding a deep inhale, lengthening a little more, and then softening in a little further if you can, if you have any more to go. Otherwise, stay where you are if you're comfortable already. Finding a deep breath in and a big sigh. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, placing your palms on either side of your feet and starting to slowly walk yourself up. Maybe walking the hands along the legs or in the center of the diamond of the legs. Coming up with a straight spine. And set your feet out so that the feet align with the long edge of your mat. Just setting them out wide for a moment, but pointing the toes towards your forehead. Straighten your spine. Just breathe here for a moment. Find a deep breath in. Exhale, bring your legs together in front of you. Plant your feet and make sure that the feet are a little bit wider than the hips so that you have enough space to lower the knees into one side and then the other. Plant the hands behind your hips, point the fingers towards your hips if that's comfortable to you. If it feels better to point them away, that's up to you for your own wrists. And you'll lower your knees towards the right. And then inhale up to center, exhale towards the left, and continue along. Inhale the knees up, exhale to the right. Windshield wipering your knees, and getting the last of the energy flowing and moving through the hips. Coming back into the earth. And taking some time to simply connect to spirit as we make our way into our deep relaxation or Shavasana. So you can stretch your legs out and slowly walk your hands behind you, coming down onto your elbows and then down onto your back. Inhale your arms behind, point your toes, reach the body long. 3 breaths here, stretching the spine. Inhale. Exhale, lower the arms down to your sides. Let your feet fall out naturally as they do. And come into your Shavasana, your deep relaxation, allowing every part of your body to soften and settle into the earth. Letting the feet fall out naturally, the legs grow soft. The hips and pelvis sink in. Maybe the shoulder blades hug underneath the spine a little bit, lifting the chest, expanding the breath. As the breath grows a little more shallow, and the belly softens, the neck and the jaw relax, as the back of the head sinks into the earth. And you allow and invite the light of Great Spirit to flow through you and take you on a journey of the elements.
And surrender to the flow of love that will heal me.
You are grounded, you are stable, you are strong.
And surrender to the flow of
You are powerful, you are determined, you are light and fire.
I release control.
You are breath, you are life force, you are energy.
Of love that will heal me.
You are flow, you are emotion, you are balance.
And surrender to the flow of love.
You are a clear and open channel of the love and the light of Source, of God, of creation.
And surrender to the flow of love that will heal me. I release control and surrender
toes. Maybe roll out your wrists. Maybe roll out the ankles. Point your toes, reach your arms behind you. Take in a big breath and a big sigh as you get back into your body and start to consider how you will come up to a seat. Perhaps you tuck your knees into your chest and roll back and forth along your spine until you come up into a seat. Or perhaps you roll over onto one side of your body and then press yourself up with your top hand, making your way up into a seat. To close our practice, inhale your arms out and up. Once you've come up, take your time, there's really no rush. Bring your thumbs to your heart center once you've arrived upright. And just take a few breaths to become upright again. Connecting the earth and sky through the bridge of your being as a creation of the elements of life, the earth, the air, the fire, the water, and the spirit. Just breathe and feel these elements coming to balance within you, allowing your connection to your highest and brightest self to expand and integrate. Om Namah Shivaya Ramadasa Sata Namasa Se Soham Hare Om Mani Padme Hum Om Namah Shivaya Ramadasa Sata Namasa Se Soham Hare Om Mani Padme Hum Om Namah Shivaya Ramadasa Sata Namasa Se Soham Hare Om Mani Padme Hum Om Shanti 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 Namaste Satnam Om Takwasinosyam Echkosyam Hi to all our relations, blessed be, Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. May all beings be infinitely happy and free. Thank you so much for joining me for this practice today. Whatever time or place in the world you find this